Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Thank you for being here. And I want you to know that I am so excited about our potential adventure together. But first, the introductions. Ako po ay si Professor Solita Colyas Monsod. Professor Monsod to my students at the University of the Philippines, and Mareng Winnie to everybody else almost. I am an economist by training, a teacher by profession, and kung tutuusin, a commentator by tendency. For more than 5 decades, I have been explaining issues in the classroom, in the newspaper columns, in television shows, in the government. When I was in the government of President Cory Aquino, to the president and to my colleagues in the cabinet, and most of all, to the taong bayan, face-to-face, sa mga rally, sa kalye, kapag may lumalapit at nagtatanong. Why do I keep doing this? Because I sincerely believe that without a basic understanding of economics, para tayong dumadaan sa buhay na may isang kamay na nakatali sa likod. Because economics, sa pinakaugat nito, ay tungkol sa decision making, pagpili. And if we don't know how to make informed choices, life becomes much harder than it needs to be, and there's greater chance of failure. Siguro nagtataka kayo, bakit ngayon? Ang tanda-tanda nyo na, hindi ba? Simple lang sagot. Today, more than loud opinions, we need clear explanations. In the last 50 years, I have seen the same problems occur again and again. Krisis sa bigas, kakulangan sa disendeng trabaho, bureaucratic corruption, problema sa utang, presidential corruption, legislative corruption. Pare-pareho ang problema. Iba lang ang pangalan ng mga nagkokos sa problemang ito. Pero sa totoo lang, ngayon, pare-pareho rin ang mga pangalan. Iba lang ang generation. Dynasty problem. And every time, may inaalok sila ng explanations, may inaalok na solutions, but without evidence, without data, without real basis. The result, nalilito ang taong bayan. And when people are confused, they are so easy to manipulate. Sooner or later, we learn. These leaders, they're not serving the people. They're serving themselves. So what happens next? Kagalit tayo. We demand accountability. May mga kaso, kung meron man. But justice is slow and almost no one goes to jail. Kung meron mang nakukulong, kadalasan, small fish lang. And then the cycle repeats and it becomes graver. Kaya malinaw mga kapatid, this podcast is not about ideology or parties or anything like that. This podcast is about understanding. So we don't get confused. So we know how to make better decisions in our daily lives. So we learn how to truly watch and listen to our so-called leaders. What are they telling us? And more importantly, what are they not telling us? Hopefully, with better understanding, we also make better choices about who should lead us. So there are two things I want to do here finally. First, I want to continue this conversation. Please ask me questions. I get them everywhere, in the classroom, in the street, in grocery lines, in comment sections, from very specific questions like, bakit ang mahal-mahal ng langis? And to bigger ones, like one I got recently, may pag-asa ba ang gobyernong ito? Second, after explaining the whys and the hows and the wherefores, I want us to ask, what can be done? What can we do? Because I firmly believe that real change will only happen when we, the people, empower ourselves. Kaya sa tanong na, may pag-asa ba ang gobyernong ito? Which was asked to me very recently. Ang sagot ko, wala. Pero may pag-asa pa. Malaki ang pag-asa ng ating bansa. So this podcast is a give and take. I'm here to answer your questions. But of course, I cannot answer questions that are not asked. Kaya kahit feeling nyo silly naman itong question na ito, nakakahiya itong tanong na ito, ask them anyway. Because I learned early on, it's better to be a fool some of the time than a fool all of the time. So, shall we begin?